Alright, what's up guys? So my move was successful. As you can see, we got a different background. Pretty much the only thing I don't have put up yet is like posters and shit, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So we got a pretty big update today, lots of purchases, but it's probably just because I haven't made a video in a while. So let's go ahead and get started because this is going to be a long one. So yeah, so I've kind of got, I'm doing it a bit differently this time. I've got certain things grouped together based on who I bought them from, where they're from. I just figured it would be a little bit more simpler that way to show them and to kind of move this video along since it's going to be a long one. So I figure we'll start with those and then we'll kind of move to like the miscellaneous stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So this first batch of stuff is, I got this all from the same seller on eBay. A lot of good shit in here, so. Alright, so the first one, this is Armageddon with I, Nazarene, Recognize My Impurity. I don't remember where this falls in their discography. I think it's somewhere in the middle. I think it's like maybe the third or fourth album, something like that. But yeah, comes on a nice pro tape. And this is put out on the Way of Force. Never heard of that label. There's that, limited to 200 copies. I don't think this guy was numbered. Let me see. Yeah, it's not non-numbered copies. So yeah, this is both releases, or I think every single release. I don't remember how many releases of this there are on. It says there are on Discogs, but they're all banned. So eBay was the only place I could get this one, and I didn't have any copies of it, so glad to add that to the collection. Armageddon's a great French band. If you haven't checked them out, definitely do so. That's Armageddon with I, Nazarene, Recognize My Impurity. And next up, so this one I already had, but the seller, he was selling it, and I was the only one that bid on it. I was surprised. I mean, I wasn't prepared to spend a lot on it just because I already had a copy of it. I'm just like, you know what? I'm already buying several things from this guy. I'm like, I might as well pick this up just because it'd be nice to have an extra copy. So we have a Dry on the Light, an alignment of Dead Stars. Case is kind of fucked up in the front there, but so yeah, this one's put out on Tour de Garde. Messy there. Pro black tape. So yeah, pretty much, I know most people consider this to be Dry on the Light's best album or one of his best albums, and I definitely agree with that. It's definitely up there in the top 5 for me as well. So, pretty popular. Not really a whole lot I need to say about this one. Dry on the Light, an alignment of Dead Stars. Next up, this is definitely, so a couple updates back, I said that Thunderbolt tape was the most I'd ever paid for a tape. So this is now that's now second, and this one is now first. We have Full Moon with United Aryan Evil. So yeah, I definitely paid a bit more than I wanted to for this guy, but it was worth it. I mean, this is just such a great demo, and this tape is just not easy to find. So this is the second tape pressing. There's only 2 tape pressings, I believe. The first one I've seen go for stupid prices, but this one you can get for at least a reasonable amount. But that first press, I'm not going to spend $200 on a tape. So anyways, this one was put out through Ancient Order Productions, limited to 288 copies, and I think mine's 152. It's either 152 or 158. It's kind of hard to tell, because the last number there is kind of obscured a bit, so it's kind of hard to tell. So there's that tape, and I almost fucking dropped it there. Really nice kind of fold-out J-card, booklet, whatever you want to call it. Band member pictures on that side. So yeah, definitely a Polish classic. You know, just can't go wrong. It's fantastic. Full Moon, United Aryan Evil. Next up, Nargaroth, Black Metalist Krieg. I think this was the no, this wasn't the cheapest one. The next one was the cheapest one that I got from him. Yeah, this is the first tape press on Old Legend Productions. Same label that put out that Thunderbolt tape that I got. This one's definitely seen better days, but the tape played fine, so no problems there. But yeah, everybody's familiar with Nargaroth. Don't need to say a whole lot. Great album. Nargaroth, Black Metalist Krieg. So this next one, I was surprised that I know I said this about the Drawing the Light tape, but I was really surprised that I was the only one that bid on this, because this CD is extremely hard to find. I think there's a few on Discogs right now, but they're just listed for a bit more than what I would want to pay for this. So we have Drawing the Light with Ritual of Intolerance and Hatred. This is a rehearsal from 2007. I know this had a limitation. I just don't remember what it was. I don't know. Pull the booklet out here. Actually, you know what? I'll just show this first. So here's the CD. The CD literally, so it's a CDR. So if you ever buy this and you think you got scammed because it's a CDR, you didn't. It's already a CDR. But it's got a label on the front here, and it's kind of starting to peel off. And the seller mentioned that in the description, that he was like, yeah, you might not be able to play it because the label's falling off. I played it in my CD player, no problems. CD played fine, and the label's still intact. So the only thing I probably won't do is I probably won't rip it to my computer because I don't want to risk it getting fucked up. So I mean, that kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, front and back of that. Inside the booklet, you got pictures of the band. So yeah, very good rehearsal, pretty good quality as well. There's a couple of Satanic War Master covers on here. Eaten by Rats and A Raven Song. I prefer the cover of A Raven Song. I think that one's much better. But yeah, just good. A lot of good Drawing the Light tracks are on here. And obviously it's from 2007, so it's kind of from more of the early days of Drawing the Light. But anyways, and also put out through Asgard Music, if you didn't catch that. So yeah, very happy to add this to the Drawing the Light collection. Yeah, Drawing the Light with Ritual of Intolerance and Hatred. So that's all the stuff that I got from that guy. So now let's move on to this stack. So this is all tapes that Darkness Shall Rise put out. Tapes that I got from them recently. So we'll start off with these three. We have Ancient with Eerie Howling Winds. So this is the first Ancient demo, or something like that. I don't know. It's one of the early Ancient releases. I think this is the first one, maybe. I don't know. Very nice blue tape. And this is limited to 333 copies. This should still be available. I can't imagine this is already sold out. So, obviously it's got the original release plus bonus tracks. So there's that one, Ancient, Eerie Howling Winds, and most people are familiar with Ancient if you're not. Melodic black metal from Norway. Next up we have Det Glemte Riket. I don't know. Again, also limited to 333 copies. This one comes on like a light green tape. And this one you also got the original release plus bonus tracks. So my kind of gripe with how Darkness Shall Rise did this was a lot of these all three of these releases that they did for Ancient have like the same songs on them, but it's just different versions. And I think that was just kind of a dumb way to go about doing that. I think they should have just did like kind of I guess maybe like a 2 cassette bundle or something like that, and then just put all 3 releases split onto the 2 cassettes instead of including all the bonus tracks and shit. Because I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times I do not give a fuck about a rehearsal of a track that's on the album or a demo. It's like sometimes I just don't care. But on here, there is actually a very good cover of Black Sabbath's Sweet Leaf, so I thought that was kind of interesting. It was actually really good. When I first took a look at the track listing, I was like, dude, that's going to be terrible. And then when I was listening to the tape and I heard it, I was like, damn, that was actually really good. So, yeah. But anyways, there's that one. And then, of course, we have Trolltar, which is the EP that came out, I believe, I can't remember if it came out after the first album or before. Can't remember. But anyways, this one comes on the black tape, also limited to 333 copies. Fold out booklet like that. And also, this is the Trolltar release plus bonus tracks. So yeah, I mean, I see no reason why Darkness Shall Rise would be out of stock on these. So go pick them up while they're available. Good shit. Next up, we have Dud Heimsgard with Kronetokong, or however you pronounce that. First Dud Heimsgard album, I mean, literally considered a Norwegian classic. Nice pro black tape. Folds out like that. That side, lyrics. So, for me, this is the only Dud Heimsgard release that I care about. The second album is okay. It has its moments, but beyond that, it's just not my thing. But anyways, everybody knows this album. I don't need to say too much about this. Now, this one was limited to 500 copies, so it's got a bit more of a spread, so to speak. I don't know, I can't think of a better word to use. So yep, there's that one. Next up, we got another, all of these are fucking Norwegian bands. I do not know how to pronounce this for the life of me. I don't know if it's pronounced Kvist or if the K is silent and it's pronounced Vist. I don't know. So yeah, Kvist with their first album that I'm not going to try and pronounce. Again, much like Ancient, melodic black metal from Norway. Very good album. Comes on a very nice kind of light brown tape. I don't know, it's kind of ugly. And this one was also limited to 500 copies. Not really a whole lot to the booklet there. There's no lyrics or anything. But it's probably in Norwegian anyway, so it wouldn't really do me much good. So yeah, there's that one. Alright, down to the last two. We got Ragnarok with Natford, first Ragnarok album. I was so happy when I saw that Darkness Shall Rise was doing tape releases of the first 2 Ragnarok albums. So that one comes on a nice blue tape. Fold out J card there. So there's that one. And of course we have A Rising Realm, which is my personal favorite Ragnarok album and their best in my opinion. But I mean, really, the first 3 Ragnarok albums are just, in my opinion, some of the best Norwegian black metal. Very underrated in my opinion. And these are both limited to 350 copies. This one's comes on black tape with the red lettering, which looks very nice. So hopefully at some point a label will pick these up and do a vinyl releases, because it's very much needed. So there's that one, A Rising Realm. So yeah, go pick those up from Darkness Shall Rise while they're still available. Alright, let's move on. So that's pretty much the standalone stuff. Now we're going to kind of get into the miscellaneous stuff here. Next up we have Secret Stairways. So this is a double cassette release featuring Enchantment of the Ring and Turning Point. And if you're not familiar with Secret Stairways, it's old school dungeon synth, very good. I prefer Enchantment of the Ring, but they're both great nonetheless. So this was put out through White Wolf Productions. They both come on this pretty nice clear tape. And you got just a one-page booklet there. That's very nice. I mean, this is pretty interesting packaging. I mean, and then both tapes just kind of go in here and they just kind of sit on top of each other. It's pretty interesting. So this is I guess would be considered the second tape pressing that White Wolf did for these guys. The first one they did was a bit different. It had other stuff included, but it sold out extremely fast. So White Wolf decided to do another pressing, but just a bit different. So they put this one out, and I'm glad I was able to get a copy of it. And they were both strictly limited. I think this one was like 150 copies or something like that. The other one, I don't remember, but yeah. Anyways, very glad to have this. And I know there is a label that is doing a vinyl press of this at some point. I don't remember the name of the label. I think it's called like Dungeon Deep Records or something like that. I don't know. They're supposed to be doing a vinyl press of this, so I'm looking forward to that as well, whenever that comes out. So yeah, very good. Old school dungeon synth, Secret Stairways, Enchantment of the Ring, and Turning Point. Alright, next up we have a up-and-coming Finnish band. This is Genocide with their first demo. So this is a couple of the guys that I talked to on social media. This is their band. It's very good. It's very, kind of primitive Finnish black metal. It's pretty much the best way to describe it. It's very promising. I was told that there's going to be another release coming up here pretty soon and that they were working on it. It's just a, regular tape. I think there was also a pro tape release of this. I don't remember the name of the label that did it, but I was told that it sold out very fast. But anyways, I think they have a Bandcamp. I don't know. I'll see if I can find a link to post this in the description. But this is very good. Definitely recommend checking this out if I can find a link for it. But yeah, but like I said, I'm pretty sure it's on Bandcamp. So yeah, Genocide, good stuff. I don't speak Finnish, so I'm not going to try and pronounce the title. Alright, and this is the last tape before we get to the rest of the CDs that I have to show. So this tape was actually given to me for free, as just kind of a freebie. Yeah, a couple of things that I ordered, the seller just threw it in there for free. Threw in a patch of it too, but I don't have that on me to show. So yeah, this is Warwolf with the Archetype of Destruction. Put out on, who put this out? Was it? I don't know the name of the label. It says AP. I don't think it's Altair Productions. Who put this out? No, it's Acaronian Productions. Yeah. Yeah, I was really impressed by this. This is a US band. Just excellent. I mean, just riffs galore on this album. I was very impressed. I had heard of this band prior to this. I just never checked them out. So there's that. There's that picture of the guy behind the band, and I just dropped the fucking insert. I think Darker Than Black did the CD press of this. So this band also has a few other releases as well, but I can't remember where. I can't remember where this one sits in their discography. But I definitely need to check out the rest of this band stuff because this was very good. Just like I said, just so many good riffs, really good stuff. So check that out if you haven't. That's Warwolf with the Archetype of Destruction. All right, we got to take these out of their sleeves. All right, so these first couple I picked up at my local record store not too long ago. This is Abigor with Origio Regium. So this is a compilation of like demo and promo material that came out before the first album. Put out through Napalm Records. It says it was a strictly limited edition, but it was never disclosed how many copies it was limited to. So there's that, and you got like all of the current Abigor releases listed right here. And then it says new album coming out in early 1999, which obviously that was channeling the quintessence of Satan. And you got a booklet here with all that, liner notes and pictures of the band. So there's actually a label that just did a very nice cassette. Can't remember if it was a box set or if it was just kind of like a bundle of cassettes from Abigor's early material, the stuff that came out before the first album. I haven't picked that up. I haven't decided if I'm gonna pick it up or not, but it's definitely on the back burner right now for something that I might pick up, but we'll see. But anyways, really good stuff. I mean, for what it's worth, this is very good as far as demo and promo material goes. So definitely worth checking out if you're an Abigor fan. There's that. And I already mentioned it, but I also picked this guy up as well. We have Channeling the Quintessence of Satan. So this is the first full length to feature to not have Miscellaneous on vocals, which those of you who don't know, Miscellaneous is from Summoning, and he did the vocals on, I'm pretty sure most of the early Abigor stuff. So this is kind of where Abigor loses me. This album is good, but it has its moments where it's just like, you can tell they were getting kind of weird. And this was a promo copy. It's got a hole punch through it. There's that. Very nice. I really like that CD design. It's pretty cool. We just got a booklet, pictures and shit. I mean, normally I wouldn't have gone out of my way to buy this, but it was at my local record store. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it. So yeah, but like I said, this is pretty much where Abigor lost me. They just decided to become a weird avant-garde band instead of, continuing to write good riffs. So, I mean, not really much more to say. But I just kind of find it weird that once Miscellaneous left the band, that's when they kind of started going downhill. That's just kind of what I observed. But anyways, still a pretty solid album nonetheless. Abigor, Channeling the Quintessence of Satan. Alright, next up. So these next two CDs I got for pretty cheap on eBay. Dimmu Borgir with Stormblast. Second album, and pretty sure this was used as a promo because it's got a fucking punch right there. I got this one for dirt cheap, so I couldn't really complain. Yeah, I've been wanting a copy of this on CD for a while. It's just, getting a copy that is not the re-recorded version is just a tad difficult, and then a lot of times it's priced a bit more than I want to pay for it. So that's kind of what's held me back from getting a copy of this on CD. So obviously, most people know that the whole story behind this album, there was stolen or plagiarized music on this. So it never got properly repressed except for what was done back in the day. This is Century Media's release, but obviously after this, it wasn't. I don't think it was ever repressed again, unless it was a bootleg. But yeah, then they re-recorded it in 2005, and some people like the re-recording, some people don't. I'm indifferent. It's okay. It's not terrible, but it's at least decent. But I do prefer the original, as do most people. So yeah. And we will never see the original version get repressed because of that. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, like I always say. But anyways, happy to add this to collection, but been wanting it for a while, just couldn't find it for a price that I was wanting to pay for it. Alright, and the last CD. This one, also, I think I paid a very good price for. I think like $14, something like that. And considering it's a No Fashion Records release, you know, everybody knows No Fashion Records CD releases get very expensive. But yeah, as you can see, this is Catatonia with the Dance of December Souls. As the booklet decides to slide out. That CD. And I do collect No Fashion Records releases, so this was a good opportunity to add this one to the collection. So there's that. And there are a couple of represses and shit, but I double-checked Discogs when I got it, and this is the first press. So, very happy to add this to the collection. Love Catatonia. Great album. That's The Dance of December Souls. And that is it for the CDs. Let's move on to the vinyl. We don't have a lot of vinyl. We just got 4 regular records, and then we got a 7-inch. So I will go ahead and show the 7-inch first. So we have Thunderbolt with Black Clouds over Dark Majesty. So yeah, I've been wanting this 7-inch for a long time, just like the tape that I had bought not too long ago. It's just something that has been eluding me for a while. And then this finally popped up on Discogs for a good price, so I snagged it real fast. So yeah, this is put out through Christ Hunt Productions, limited to 500 copies. Mine's 427. So yeah, pretty much the only thing about the 7-inch release is that it does not include the intro and outro tracks, which is whatever. Because there's 4 main tracks on the EP, which both are included on here, which is nice. And then it's just black vinyl, obviously, with the logo on the label. But yeah, as I said before in that one video, just one of the absolute best pieces of not just Polish black metal, but just black metal in general. I mean, like I said, this EP just has everything that I love about black metal in it. And I'm just very happy that I have a couple of copies of it. So yeah, Thunderbolt, Black Clouds over Dark Majesty. Definitely check that out if you haven't. If not, you're killing yourself. Alright, next up, actually this is a very good transition because this band has members of Thunderbolt in it, or ex-members, since Thunderbolt is no longer a thing. So we got Deus Mortem with Cosmocide. So this is the newest full-length from Deus Mortem. So this one came out in 2018, I believe. Yeah, 2018 or 2019, I can't remember. And but it did not get the vinyl treatment until this year. Fuck, I had to wait like 4 or 5 months for this to come in because the label that I bought it from was not shipping to the States at the time. So that kind of sucked, but you know, I got it, so that's good. Oh, and another piece of good news, Merchant of Death is finally shipping to the fucking United States again. So I cannot wait to get that order in, because holy fuck, like seriously, to wait 7 goddamn months is just ridiculous. But anyways, this one was put out through Territory Possessions, Malignant Voices. Very nice gatefold. It's super fucking glossy. Pictures of the band members. Yeah, I checked fucking Discogs, man, and this record is already going for like over $50. Or this particular variant. So it comes with an inner sheet with lyrics. And then it's kind of, I think this one was called like Gold with Black Merge or Splatter or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Swirl, whatever. Yeah, when I was looking at this up on Discogs, this particular variant, somebody, like I said, somebody had bought it for like 50 something bucks. But it said it was purchased like last month or something, or might have been earlier than that. It was probably before they were shipping to the States, so the guy, I think the guy was just willing to pay more for it. I don't know. Which, fuck that. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Deus Mortem, it is definitely very much like Thunderbolt. It's, as far as the music and stuff goes, it's very much like Thunderbolt. I don't know, not really a lot else to say. Good stuff, Deus Mortem, Cosmocide. Definitely one of the best records of that year. Alright, next up. Actually, I mean, these next 3 records are kind of, I guess, kind of grails for me, more or less. This one especially, I've been wanting this for so fucking long. We have Peste Noire, and I don't know how to pronounce the name of that one because it's fucking French, and I don't speak French. So this is Peste Noire's 3rd full-length, and this was put out on a label that I cannot pronounce, so I'm not even going to not even going to try. And comes on this nice green vinyl. I think there was also a black vinyl variant as well, but I was able to get the green vinyl. So yeah, as far as the album goes, this is definitely one of Peste Noire's best albums, if not their best. I mean, the first 3 Peste Noire albums are very hard to top. They're just so good. But I think for me, this one is very. I think this one just is a bit higher for me than the other 2. But for me, it would definitely be this one, and then the first one, and then Folk Fuck Foley. But yeah, just very happy to have this. It's been, you know, in my want list, so to speak, for a very long time. So glad I was finally able to get a copy. I wish I didn't have to pay as much as I did for it, but whatever. It was worth it. Peste Noire. Alright, so these next 2 are both by the same band. And you probably wouldn't believe it if I told you, but I actually paid less for this one than I did for the Peste Noir album. We have Sanguine Relic with Vampiric Will. I think this is the second Sanguine Relic full-length. Either second or third. I don't know. So this is put out on Skull or Skjold. I don't know how to pronounce that. And I guess the dude that owned that label, I think he died recently or something like that. I don't know. I just remember a bunch of people posting on social media about it or whatever. So I think that was the case, but I don't know. You can clarify in the comments if you know something that I don't. So yeah, like I said, very much a grail. We all know how much Sanguine Relic stuff goes for online. Comes with the insert with the track listing, picture of the guy. But I mean, what can I say? Sanguine Relic is just good fucking raw black metal. And I don't see this stuff ever getting repressed. And it's just black vinyl. And this copy was in very good shape, so I couldn't really complain. For the longest time, I was very on the fence about just Sanguine Relic and just raw black metal in general. I just thought it was just overhyped stuff, but once I started listening to more raw black metal and stuff like that, I definitely came to appreciate it more. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a time where I was showing a lot of raw black metal at once, and that's kind of when I started getting into it, and I started appreciating bands like this more. So I still think there is a lot of garbage in raw black metal, but it's just one of those things where you have to pick out the good ones. And Sanguine Relic is definitely one of the good ones. So yeah. Sanguine Relic, Vampiric Will, definitely glad to have that one. Alright, and we will end with another Sanguine Relic record. We have The Essence of Eternity's Despair, and I will just go ahead and say this right now, because I don't think I've ever said it, but I fucking hate OB strips. So yeah, this is the latest Sanguine Relic full-length, I think from 2018. So this is the first vinyl press on Go to Warwick's, which I think, so Go to Warwick's repressed this last year, I think. Yeah, it was last year. But the variant, instead of black vinyl, was, I think it was called moss green. That goes for more than this one does. And I think the only reason why is because it's fucking colored vinyl. And to me, that is just stupid as fuck. But I don't know. Because I think both pressings are identical, except for the vinyl color. But anyways, I got this for a pretty solid price, in my opinion, considering what I've seen it go for. And it was very hard to pass up. I wanted it, and I bought it. So yeah, not really much else I need to say about that. I think most of you guys are probably familiar with this. So yeah, Sanguine Relic, The Essence of Eternity's Despair. Glad to have that one. I got this one on all 3 formats now, guys. I'm super cool. But anyways, guys, that is it for this video. I'm actually pretty impressed that it's under 40 minutes, because I thought for sure this video was going to be like an hour. New video hopefully will come next weekend. I think the kind of goal for me is to do videos on a much more regular basis now. Now that I've moved and everything's a bit more calm. But yeah, and then hopefully we won't have 40-minute long videos anymore, because I don't know about you guys, but I hate doing that. But for me, it's much easier to just do one video and just run through everything, as opposed to having to make 2 separate videos and do 2 separate uploads. It's just a hassle. So we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.